Good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening, whichever suits you. We're going to talk about attaching wood like this. You can see this wood right here. This is wood, it's attached to the frame. So, number one, your frame is this part. Holds, just like a house, holds your van together. You don't use this part, the thin part. You use these braces, okay? So there's a brace right along there. And so I've attached wood to that brace. And I don't know what else you can attach to the brace, but I've attached wood. So let's talk about how you attach it. So you've got to have braces. They can be braces like this. All these are different size braces, okay, for different things. So I use the small one because I have small wood and the wood fits in here perfectly. And you start with the smallest drill bit. Tiny, tiny, tiny drill bit. The smallest one you have. And that will put a hole in it. Then you go to the next size. And then you go to the next until you reach the size of your screw. That is the easiest and fastest way to do it. Then what you want to do, and I'm going to talk about this brace because this is the one I use for small, thin wood. You screw it to the frame, and you put the wood in here, and you screw the wood from the bottom up. You sit the wood on the brace, and you screw it up through the bottom, and now you are braced to the frame. And you do it 3 or 4 places. So you have a solid piece of wood you can hang things from. It's that simple. Takes a little time, but it's that simple. And then all these braces are for different things, depending on the size of wood, depending on what you want to brace. Like this is a flat brace. I use this to put my floor together because there were seams, so I wanted the floor to be solid. So this is a flat brace. Okay, it's a corner brace. And then there's straight braces where there's just like that, where you can just do a straight piece. So you want to look at your braces, you want to see what you have. Now that's what I've used to attach just about everything. I use these bigger ones for furniture, and I attach it to the floor. This goes to furniture, this goes to the floor. All of these are floor for me. Floor and furniture. And you want to brace everything. You really don't want your stuff flying around. Okay? So, drill bits. You're going to match the size of your drill bit to your screw size. Okay, so you want to look at the ends, and you want to take these and match them up. You want one size smaller than the screw size. If it's too big, the screw will just go right into it. So, you got to match those up. And believe me, I've used almost all of these at one point or another. Now, let's talk about these little things. As you can see, look at my bungee cords. That's what I use. And they just screw in. Easy to do. And you attach your bungee cords. And that goes into the wood. Or you can put it into the frame. Either way, just start small and get to the size you need, and you can screw it into the frame. You don't even have to have wood in there. And you can put your bungee cords to the frame. Everything in your van must be braced. I do have shelving units. They're solid wood, and everything's braced to the floor and braced to the frame of the van. But a real important thing is I want to show you this. I want you to look at how flat. See how flat these screws are? These are long screws. Look at this. One has been stripped. One is normal. I'm sure you can tell which one. The one on the left is stripped. These strip very easily. Don't buy the flat heads. See how flat they are? Don't buy them. They're terrible. And you can't, once they're stripped, you can't get it out. It's just horrible experience. What you really want is your round head. See how round that is? Those rarely strip. Rarely strip. So see the roundness of it? So you want to do the round head for all your screws. Anything you use a round head. Don't use the flat ones. Find the right sizes and use the round ones. They don't strip as easily. Sometimes, I think I've stripped one. That's about it. Rarely do I strip any of these. Okay? So again, here's another round one. Round top. That's what you want. You want those. Flat. No, 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 no. These are terrible, terrible screws. Nobody tells you about screws, okay? Nobody tells you about drill bits and how to drill into your frame. You just have to figure it out. It took me hours. I started out with the drill I wanted, and I just kept going, well, goodness sakes, surely the small one. And it was very easy to do once I started with the small one. So this is just a short little video on things on what you need to be thinking about for your van. And another important factor is these little what do you call them? Like a screwdriver head. Anyway, they're different sizes. So you have to match these up to your screws. I was using the wrong one. Stripping everything out, couldn't fit in, couldn't drill it. So see how tiny this one is? Okay? So they have to fit into the screws correctly. They have to fit into your screw correctly. Okay, you can't use the wrong size. So you have to remember that. You can see I've used this one a lot. Okay, so all of these, this right size into the screw, the right size. So I have several different sets, but just a short little tidbit on things to know before you start putting stuff into your van. Now, maybe you're doing a no-build with plastic. Honestly, I did plastic all through it, and I just hated it. I did have my wood shelving units, which I got for free. Wood is very expensive. Go to thrift stores, buy old furniture, take it apart, and use it. Use the wood. You know, there's also folding metal shelving units that I've shown you that you can buy that fold up into this size. They just fold up. You can take them outside, unfold them, use them outside. You can secure them inside. Again, you're going to need braces, and you're going to need zip ties. You're going to need bungee cords. These are the kinds of things you need. So after doing what I've just done, and I'm still working on it, I thought this was important to tell everybody about. Just so you know. And I'm going to be covering some other stuff and showing you some of the other things that I did on the braces and how I use things. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. And thank you for watching. Camo.